Hello everyone, I'm James Tadaro, co-founder of the MedX protocol, and today we'll be running through a demonstration of the MedX Physician Registry. Now this is a very important part of the MedX health system. This will be a decentrally maintained global list or network of physicians. Now the application layer will be able to access this global network of physicians for virtually any healthcare app. Now this can be telemedicine, this can be health insurance, potentially prescriptions down the road, but as you can see, there's a lot of different applications that can access this and use this list. And let's go ahead and dive in. This is the homepage of the Physician Registry. We can see the list of all the physicians within the network, their country of origin, and the status of them on the network, whether they're a new applicant to the registry or they're already active within the network, servicing patients, for instance. On the far right, we can view any of these physician credentials, which a few minutes down the road, we'll go ahead and take the steps of challenging a physician that might be fraudulent within the health system. But for now, let's go ahead and take the steps as if we're a physician applying to be part of this registry. So I'll go ahead and click apply over here. Now the Civic QR code pops up. We partnered with Civic a few months ago because they perform a very useful service in kind of the first step of identifying a person that's, for instance, applying to an application in the real world, to a real world address. So even though the physician registry, the MedX protocol physician registry, will determine whether that person is a physician or not, Civic takes that first step of identifying who that person is. So we'll go ahead and take out an iPad, scan the QR code. It's extremely easy to log in. And with that, a physician can log into the MedX Physician Registry and they're going to be loading data. Now this is only the trial run of Civic, but in the final release, it'll then populate as much of the basic information of that applicant as possible. So now that we logged in with Civic, we can now provide all the credentials to further support our application to the registry. So we'll enter our name, the medical school, the supporting documents up here of, for instance, medical school diploma, residency training, medical license, as well as fill out the remaining information. And then we'll go ahead and click Submit Application. This will require a deposit of 20 MedX. So the physician is now staking a deposit within the system. And depending on whether that physician is accepted or rejected from the registry, will determine whether they hold or lose that deposit. And we should be in the system now. So let's go ahead and go to the physician registry. And we can now see Dr. Francis Underhill as a new applicant in the system. So while we're waiting for our application to be accepted to the network, let's go ahead and go through the steps of what it'd be like to challenge a physician. So verifiers all over the world are going to be verifying these physicians' credentials. And at any point they can view an application and flag it as nefarious. And so let's go ahead and do that for, we'll do it for Dr. John Jackson. So we'll view the application. We can see all the supporting documents and information here. And then you can choose which document is suspicious. So for instance, let's say this application, so we look at this University of Massachusetts, so they say Columbia University, so this doesn't appear accurate. So let's go ahead and challenge this application. So this will now require a deposit of 20 MedX. So there's a lot of game theory within this token curated registry that I don't really have time to go into now. It is in some of our documentation, but the challenger has to have something to lose, otherwise they could just randomly go challenging physicians. So here we go, we went ahead and challenged that physician. So now if we go back to the physician registry, we can see that physician is no longer here. So they're no longer able to actively review patient cases, for instance, from the application layer. If we go to challenges, we should now see this physician in the challenges category. So Dr. John Jackson has now been challenged. And there's a voting period now where, based on whether the majority vote is for him to stay in the registry or for him to be removed, will determine the outcome and the stake of the 20 MedX from the Dr. John Jackson or from the challenger's perspective. So now we can go ahead and vote. And what this will look like is it'll show which document was flagged by the challenger. So in this case, the medical school diploma. And then you can go ahead and click vote. And so is Dr. John Jackson a certified doctor or not? And so let's go ahead and say no. And we'd like to stake 50 MedX on this. Okay, so we can see voting on John Jackson's currently occurring. We go back to the physician registry. He's still not in the registry. In the meantime, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and take a look at my account. So this is the all the physicians within your account. So we have Dr. John Jackson, Beverly Campbell, Herbert Johnson, all doctors within this one account, Dr. Francis Underhill, which is a new applicant that we just did today. And it tells here the status of each application, and then as well as how much MedX is staked in that doctor's contract, and then overall the account balance of MedX tokens as well as Ethereum. So of course you need Ethereum for gas, and then the MedX can be used to stake as a new applicant in the system or to vote. Based on the outcome of that vote, that will determine whether the physician stays within the registry or is removed from the registry. And that's overall a run through of the MedX physician registry, all the way from a physician applying to be part of this global network of physicians, all the way to the steps of challenging or removing a physician from the registry. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and of course we're available on Telegram or Twitter to talk about this exciting new milestone for the MedX health team.